this classic Canal of Copenhagen. Just gonna start off with a language check, just to see if I picked up any Danish-speaking people on this boat that actually gains benefit from me speaking Danish. Har fået nogle dansk tale on board og få en fordel, hvor jeg snakker dansk? No. So that means that we'll do this tour only in English. That means that you will not have to listen to my Danish gibberish half the time. That's a good thing. Up here with me here, I have Captain Silas here, sailing us safely through the harbor today here. Definitely one of my favorite captains. My name is Kim. I will be your guide on this tour. Safety, very, very important, so listen carefully. We will be sailing under a number of low bridges. Very important that you remain seated under these low bridges. I also strongly recommend that you do not touch the bridges. They'd be surprisingly dirty, and there's also a safety concern involved. And the last thing we need to say before we really get started is that it's a non-smoking service, but hey, everything is nowadays. No surprise, first low bridge. All remain seated, thank you. I don't want to talk about it, but I have to. Here behind this white tent on our right here, we have the once iconic landmark of Copenhagen, Børsen, aka the Stock Exchange. Built originally between 1620 to 1640 at the time of King Christian IV as an upscale marketplace. We were renovating this building here because we wanted to celebrate his 400 years birthday. And during renovation, disaster struck. Back on the 16th of April, early in the morning, 7:30, fire broke out. Ironically enough, in the center of the building where we had the Dragon Tower. And these dragons on top of the Dragon Tower, they were supposed to protect it from fire, them being sea dragons after all. And they had done so for 399 years. We have no historical records of this building here ever having any fires. Well, they did not work for 400. And in less than 5 hours on that dreadful morning, we lost 60% of the stock exchange to fire. Nothing we could do about it. Sad day indeed. The good thing is, it will be rebuilt. By 2029, we expect to have it back in a historical correct form, at least on the outside. Low bridge, please remain seated. Thank you. Left here now, you have the National Bank of Denmark, designed by the famous Danish architect Arne Jacobsen, considered to be his masterpiece. Arne Jacobsen might be a name that's familiar to you for other reasons as well. Danish design, furniture classics such as the Swan and the Egg, also by Arne Jacobsen. As you can see there with the different color schemes on the building there, we are also renovating the National Bank at the moment. So far so good, hasn't burned down yet. Alright, kayak bar here, really a popular place to go and drink beer and rent kayaks. I especially like to talk about the green kayaks. If you agree to pick up garbage and on one of these green kayaks, they give you a garbage bin, some utensils to pull up garbage from the water. And if you find enough garbage to fill up your garbage bin, well, you get the rental for free. What an initiative. Yeah. Low bridge, please remain seated, thank you.
Do that tomorrow or later.
So it's actually quite a rare sight, but if you have your eyes on the bridge here, they just put down the blockades there, and we might actually see it rise in a few seconds. And there it goes up. Quite a rare occurrence here, but apparently Bjørnson has something on his mind down in the south part of the harbor, and this one, well, too big to go with the bridges.
Side story, we ate over there yesterday.
So you know they didn't see your finger point.
In the meantime, coming into view on the left here now. Here we have this unique green building there with a unique history. It started its life as the custom house here in Copenhagen. Then for many years it was a ferry terminal for the ferries going to Sweden before we built the bridge to Sweden. And now it's finding a new purpose in life. There's a very high-end, very exclusive private nightclub, part of the Soho chain. So if any of you wanna go party tonight and have 10,000 Danish crowns, you can apply for membership here. The people behind the Soho Club, they thought they made a good deal here in Copenhagen. Unique location, access to the water here. We can build a private beach club here. We'll make a lot of money. Well, have a look at those people that are walking through that exclusive beach club now here. Do they look rich and powerful to you? Well, not to insult them, but no. So what's happening? Well, there's a law in Denmark stating that you can't prevent people from walking along the shores of Denmark. They have tried to ban people from doing it. That led to them having their day in court. They lost. Well, they should have studied Danish law. Up ahead of us here, we have one of the modern inner harbor bridges, and these bridges have been built only to cater for bicycles and pedestrians, no cars. In Copenhagen, trying really hard to become the world's leading bicycle city. The main content, of course, being Amsterdam. Inner harbor bridge. That's a boring name. So the locals, they have come up with a name of endearment. They call it the kissing bridge. Because when the two sides here, they slowly come together here, in the middle of the harbor, it's like a loving couple coming together for a kiss.
Food court over there. The food court.
Immediately after the bridge on the left here, we'll have a good view of the new harbor canal. We will not sail into the canal because the last thing they need in there is another boat adding to the traffic jam. It's a one-day-long traffic jam in there. The canal goes trying to get past each other. But it is an easy 10 minutes walk from where we drop you off in about 50 minutes. The New Harbour Canal. New Harbour Canal. How long time can we call something new here in Copenhagen? Well, apparently 350 years, because that's how old it is. Also on the left here now, we have the Playhouse, part of the Royal Theatre. It opened in 2008. And back in 2008, when we had all the plays in the entire world to choose from, what did we choose? We chose Shakespeare's Hamlet. Why? Well, Shakespeare being famous, and Hamlet takes place here in Denmark. It takes place up in Elsinore, but the castle Kronborg. Hamlet is a Danish prince, however fictional. And there's a line from Hamlet that everyone knows. To be or not to be. I get to say it 7 times a day. There's another line from Hamlet that is lesser known, and that is, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. Oh, thank you, Shakespeare. Really? Well, you haven't allowed me on to speak English on this tour, and that means I have more time. So I have time to give you the explanation. It's being said in Act 3 of the play, and Shakespeare's referring to the mental health state of Prince Hamlet, a fictional character in the play anyway. He's not picking a fight with Denmark, it just sounds like he is. Actually, Shakespeare never bothered to come to Denmark, he just wrote a play about us. Up here now, in front of us, very soon on our left here, we have another part of the Royal Theatre. We have the Opera, built in 2005. It was a gift from the Ap Møller Shipping Foundation. It was a gift from the owner, Mads Møller. He and the architect Henning Larsen, they were not in agreement on how it should look like. Henning Larsen, he wanted a more open-ended glass front towards the harbour. Henning Larsen, he wanted additional 2 stories added to the building where you see the glass section to make the roof appear to be more free-floating. Mads Møller, he disagreed. And according to legend, he ended the discussion with yeah, but who's paying? In all honesty, we do not know whether these words were exactly spoken like that, but we do know that they got into a fight. And we do know that Henning Larsen, he got so upset about it, so he wanted to refuse to come to the grand opening of the opera, his masterpiece. And we do know that this building here, this opera, this gift to Denmark, it ended up costing Mads Møller 2.5 billion Danish crowns. So quite a gift. On these tours here, when we started this run in front of the Parliament, we have more time to work with, and we use this time to extend the tour to give you more to go behind Holmen. And I'm looking forward to showing you this hidden gem in Copenhagen. But to go there, we have to go through a small residential area where we promised the people living there that will be quiet. So right after this next low bridge, I will put down the mic for a few minutes. bridge. Please remain seated. Thank you.
Where are you going? Come look at the big trash. The big tub in the middle of the... That's probably the trash can. Oops.
You might have noticed that a part of that building down the left and you saw a waterway going all the way through it. It's from what was used to repair torpedo boats by the Danish Navy during the Cold War. Now it has been upcycled into luxury apartments, but they kept the waterway there, making for some very interesting architecture. Now on the right here, we are cruising up alongside the Freetown of Christiania. It was a military encampment, but the military wasn't really using it for anything. So back in 1971, a group of hippies, they came here and they took over this place. And what can I say about the complex legal status of the Freetown of Christiania? Well, I can say that they have sort of never left. Since then, they have decided to leave Denmark, they claim. They have decided to leave the European Union, they claim. They have decided to have their own government, they claim. All I can say is that we have a very interesting social experiment taking place here in the middle of Copenhagen in the form of a Freetown of Christiania. At any point of time, we believe somewhere around 900 people living in there. From a tourism perspective, it's one of the most visited